this. What's your thoughts and feelings about this player coming to Man United, probably in place of Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
I have an addiction there. Well, it's not necessarily me, it's my club. We're addicted to hijacking now. It seems to be our thing. So, listen, everyone out there, when you think you got a deal done, you never know. Ineos, Sir Jim, all these guys could be, I don't know, they could be just right outside the door, about to knock as you guys are getting the deal done. They come in and they put the money on the table. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. They're going to be moving like WWE Money in the Bank. They're going to put money on the briefcase and they're going to cash in any minute on your players. Listen, Lawless, I'm sorry I had to be you. Some say that I personally spoke to Ineos and I was like, you know what? I need you guys to do something for me. I can't see this player go to Lawless's team. It's a little bit of the love-hate relationship that I have. But on a serious note, listen, I was actually surprised that the news came out. Was it when was it? Yesterday? That 2 days ago that he agreed a deal to West Ham. And no disrespect to West Ham, I'm not saying that West Ham is not a good club to go to. I just didn't think he would go to West Ham. I thought he would just like wait for a United move. And if that obviously doesn't happen, then yeah, maybe he does want to go to the Premier League, and West Ham is a good option. So I was a little bit surprised to see that. I thought the relationship they had with Ten Hag. Yes, again, for people who are wondering, we are getting him from Bayern, but this is another former Ten Hag player. Is it a coincidence at this point? I actually don't even know.
Good job you kept Ten Hag, innit? Good job you kept him. Good job, you know what I mean? He
I didn't keep him. I didn't keep him. But anyways, listen. Apparently, it's all coincidence because that's what Ten Hag told us last week about the other signings being Dutch. Oh, it just so happens to be a coincidence. Yeah, we'll see about that one, Ten Hag. But for now, listen. I thought this was gonna. I thought he was gonna wait out for United. So I was a little bit surprised. For the fee and all that, I thought it was a good signing for you guys. But then to see United coming in again today shows me how serious they are about it. We have been talking about getting a fullback. Mazraoui is one of those that can play on both sides. Obviously, as I said, played for Ajax, played for Bayern. He's a bit of an attacking fullback, so he's completely different than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And I think the fee is very small. From what I saw, is like 15 mil plus 5, something like that. So he's not going to cost anything over 20 to 25 mil, if I'm correct. So it is a good deal when you look at all the logistics around it. Obviously, we got to sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka first, and you don't have to tell me twice about selling Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I can't stand this guy. I've wanted him out for about 3 years. The only thing that would worry me, though, and I'm very sure that Lawless will speak about that, because every time a signing fails for someone, they talk about, oh, but he was injury prone. Oh, he was not good enough anyways. He is a little bit injury prone. Yes, I'll say that. I was checking his injury record the other day on Transfer Market. He's picked up a few injuries here and there that had him out for at least a month to 2 every time. So maybe we do need to speak about that. But it's a signing that I like. I like the fact that we're getting he's basically another Delo in terms of playing on both sides of the pitch, left back and right back.
That element I like, that he can play both sides. Delo and Shaw, if fit, are obviously our number 1 and number 2 for the time being. I have some concerns. You know, I think he's excellent going forward. He's got a very good passing range. He's obviously an attacking threat. He's very good at receiving the ball. But defending one-on-ones, I'm not convinced at the elite level. And the one thing about losing Aaron Wan-Bissaka is when we've needed him to do a job, he invariably is defended brilliantly one-on-one against people. And I'm not stating that's why we should keep him. We need someone that's better positionally. The amount of times he plays people onside Wan-Bissaka, it's poor. The amount of times we lose the ball because of his poor quality on the ball probably levels out how good his one-on-one defending is, because he causes us as many problems as he kind of resolves. I do have some defensive issues regarding Mazraoui. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you know, it's an amazing signing. Everything about him is absolutely brilliant, because that would be disingenuous. I think it's, you know, for the price as a backup player for us, I'm kind of happy with it. Am I bothered that he's an ex-Ten Hag player? No. We've also gone and bought in 2 Dutch managers to come in and help us play what I would expect to be more of a Dutch-centric style of football. So does it then surprise me that we're looking at players that have done well in Dutch systems? No. So it very much could be a coincidence when you look at everything that's kind of going on, because in the last 4 or 5 years, most of the best Dutch players or the best Dutch teams were actually Ten Hag's Dutch teams. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, I'm happy with it. And look, I feel a bit for West Ham. No one ever likes to see a player they think they're getting pulled away. But
Speak
look,
for yourself. I don't feel bad for Lawless. Speak for yourself. What you mean? I'll feel bad. Yeah, you can feel bad. No one else feels
You
bad.
don't. I know you, but Lawless, how are you feeling about it? With you've had the same treatment as Real Madrid and AC Milan this summer, where you thought you had a player, and then Man United have come along with their size 10 boots on.
Yeah, we give you a big club treatment. There you go.
Listen, first of all, Staffy, I want to make it clear, yeah, I'm not coming out and saying, oh, but he's injury prone because we missed out on him, right? I said this last night on Talks, but when it looked like we were signing him, I said the big concern for me is his injury record. Not just his injury record, but the nature of the injuries being muscular injuries, the type of injuries that can reoccur. And the fact that those injuries are in a less intense league. So when he's been coming to the Premier League, playing at Premier League pace, Premier League intensity, higher chance that he gets a lot of injuries. So that was always a major concern. So I'm not too sad there. It's sad that you're missing out on a quality player, because when he is fit, I think he'd be a big difference maker for us. My big issue is what I'm reading is the reports that the player agreed, the club agreed, the agent stopped the deal, didn't get enough fees. And this is my problem with football. Agents, complete vermin, waste of life scumbags. Literally, anybody can be an agent. Anyone can do that job. When you have people's family members being their agents, it shows you there's people out there that used to be bricklayers that are football agents. And these guys have the gall to influence and impact players' futures and where they go out of just nothing more than pure greed. Pure greed. Honestly, it is one of probably the worst occupations ever. They just get paid for just basically demanding money and just, influencing players where they shouldn't be. They should just be there to negotiate on behalf of the player. They are there as the custodian of the player, not there to, put the stop to signings and transfers because they want more. That's my problem with this. I'm not gonna lose sleep over missing out on the player. Like I said, as much as he would have been good, we've got a bad history of players with injury problems. So it would have been a problem there. I just don't. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Now, if he goes Man United,
who has said it's the agent? Who said it's the agent out of interest? Sorry.
So it was, what's his name? The Sky Sports Denmark or whatever. The guy that's what's his name? Sky Sports and ex-employee have said that the agent. I'll give you the actual person.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that report. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that was the first report that broke. So that was the first report. So Darmesh has come out and said it. Was first of all ex-employee who's a top West Ham ITK, and this is it. Florian Plattenberg, was the other one that said player agreed, club agreed, agent said no, agent fees. And I've come out and said, look, some West Ham fans are choosing not to believe that. They want to have a meltdown. They want to, complain, oh, Tim Stides and director of football is not doing what he needs to do. Well, one, if he's got the player and the club to agree, what more can you do? Like, literally, what more can you do? And we also have to have a realization is we're not in Europe this year. We had Todibo that obviously preferred Juventus. That's Juventus, elite club who are in Europe. We're not. It's going to be difficult, but at the same time, you've got to be ambitious. You've got to try and go for these players, and you may miss out. You may get one over the line, like a Paqueta and a Kudus. You have to try. So I'm not salty in that regards. These types of deals are always going to be hard to pull off, but it's the agent's situation like that's annoying me, because I think he would have been happy to come. Like, obviously, his fellow Moroccan teammate Aguerd is here, and I think he played a big factor in convincing Mazraoui to join. So I just think agents are honestly an absolute waste of oxygen and really negatively impact late transfers. So that's my big issue. But good luck to him. No bad will to the player at all. But I think Man United don't do no backflips, because you had injury problems last season. You had serious injury problems, and now you're getting someone there to potentially fill up a spot in the injury room or whatever they call it.
He's not he wouldn't be a starter for us anyway, so I wouldn't be a concern.
So what's the big celebration then? You're getting all hyped. You're getting all
the big celebration.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, we got this player. He was all like, look how.
No, I'm here to celebrate that we took him from you. If I was sitting here across from a fan of any other team other than West Ham, and it wasn't you, I would have spoke about it like, yeah, it's cool, you know. But it's you, Lawless. Everything with you, I have to like, you know, it has to be a little bit more extra. You know, England lose, I'll celebrate extra. West Ham lose, I'll celebrate extra. They lose a player, I'll celebrate extra. Anything that piles into your misery, I'll celebrate even more, Lawless. That's how it is. That's the relationship we have on Straight Facts. Welcome to Straight Facts on Fridays. Make sure you like
enjoy. But he's on big wages as well. Don't forget that. I think he's on.
How much is he on?
130 grand a week for a sub for a bench player.
That's actually a lot. Yeah.
So you're taking. So if Wan-Bissaka is now your second choice, you're getting rid of Wan-Bissaka, who's on like 100k a week, and replacing him with another second choice on 130k a week. So your wage bills going up, FFP. You're already in a sell to buy situation. These things have to be.
It's going to be interesting, actually, that you mentioned this as a very good point, because when you look at the signings that we made, we put Lenny Euro on less than that. So Lenny Euro is not even making 130. We just renewed Kobe Mano, and he's on less than that. Obviously, we signed what's his name, Xerxes, and Xerxes on. I'm not gonna lie, Xerxes on. Xerxes needs Mazraoui's agent because he's only getting like 56k. So we're actually not putting all our new players or any new contracts on high wages. So it's really interesting to see how much they offer him.
Yeah.
Do they offer him 130 or more?
Yeah.
Does he get a bonus so he doesn't get put on highway? I actually don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. As you say, I mean, AWB is likely to leave now. He's on 90k a week. We're bringing in a back. What I mean, what's Delo earning? He's going to be the number one guy. Delo's the number one guy, and his deal runs until 2028, and that's 85k. Xerxes, as we've mentioned, has come in on 59,000 or whatever it is. So, yeah, I mean, I'm although this website I'm on says Xerxes on 105,000. I did read reports in the media it was 59,000, but maybe they got that wrong. But yeah, look, it'd be interesting to see what he comes in on. The injury concerns are a fair point, but if we're bringing him in for like 15 million euros, am I then worried about his wages being slightly higher than AWB's?
He's not going to take a wage cut though, because you say about what he comes in on. Most clubs going to Man United won't take a wage cut.
No, it depends. It depends. Again, I don't want to make this sound disrespectful, but he was about to go from Bayern Munich to West Ham. The fact that he can now play for one of the biggest teams in the world and have European football, maybe he'll play for us for less than he would. I mean, if Man United,
how often does that happen, Terry? Though, how much do people go to big clubs and
a great point. It never happened under Woodward and Co. We'd have gone, there's 200 grand a week. But that'd be how I'd sell it. I'd sell it and say, look, we can rescue you from the nightmare of playing for a mid-table team, and you can come to Man United. But
sit on our bench.
But in doing that, you're gonna have to take a pay cut. That's how I'd try and set. You know, and the thing is, as well, we might pay the agent money. But listen, this is not inconceivable, but that you pay the agent a bit of money and he convinces his client to take a pay cut. Because as you're right, they're not always, they are quite self-serving agents a lot of the time. Do you know what I'm saying? So, look, we'll see what happens. Like, I mean, it's only a joke about West Ham. I don't mean that rudely, but I'll be interested to see what he comes in on. I'm sure whatever he earns, whatever the fee, it'll be twisted into a negative. When Man United spend money, it's looked at poisonously by the world. But yeah,